Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit that bell. Stay alert when we release new videos. I'm trying out a couple things here with my camera. You guys probably have noticed in my recent videos, the footage has been a little shaky in the background. I do apologize about that. I'm trying to figure that out with settings on my camera and settings within the editing software itself. We're trying to get that squared away and make sure get that eliminated. I've also been playing around with the external mics. So in the last two videos, you would have seen I had the mic, I tried to clip it on my hat. And I also tried to clip it on my shirt. I don't know, I'm not too fond of that audio coming through. It doesn't seem very good to me. Although all the ratings and the specs are pointing that those wireless mics are supposed to make the audio clearer and crisper. So my whole goal for this is try to make my video and audio as crisp and clean as possible and make the viewing experience a lot better for you guys. I know I don't like watching the shaky videos, so I know you guys don't either. Hopefully we can get that corrected here real soon. Well, I have a bunch of work I need to get done up at the barn. But before I get up to the barn, I'm gonna come out here and check on Jerry because she's been working on the second chicken house, the runs that I was showing in one of the previous videos. She's been putting up all the fencing and the chicken wire, trying to get that done so she can get these chickens and the geese out into the new run. They're growing like weeds and they need room to expand. And she's been busting her butt all day long today out in the 90-degree temperatures here. Look at this. So this run, again, starts at the top of the run that's right, the existing run, and she's running the chicken wire down. She ran some of the 2x4 wire across the middle, try to give it some support somewhere for this wire to get secured to. And now as she pulls it down to the end over here, she's stitching it with zip ties. And then where the lines meet, the chicken wire, the two strands of chicken wire, she'll use zip ties to stitch all that together too. Well, as most of you guys know, I've got a full-time job that's not the farm. And when I'm in the office working during the day, Jerry's usually out on the farm doing all this hard labor. So, you know, a lot of behind the scenes that you guys don't see is Jerry busting her butt to keep up with all the chores and all the animals and the infrastructure to help expand our garden out and grow, or to help expand our farm out here, I should say. I wouldn't be able to keep up with everything that we do here on our channel without Jerry. Hopefully we can get her and the kids in a little more footage here, more videos moving forward. It's just hard coordinating all that, you know, schedules, and kids want to do the things that they want to do, and there's stuff that needs to be done on the farm, so we're out here staying busy. So it's a little juggling act, not something I can't figure out here moving forward. All right, I'm gonna need a tractor to get up to the barn. One of my local friends here, thanks Kenneth, he contacted me and asked me if I was interested in some of the brewer grains that he's getting from a local brewery. Heck, all the animals, the pigs, chickens, goats, geese, ducks, they'll all eat it, and it's high in protein, and the best thing is it's non-GMO, so that's awesome, and it's going to cut our costs on feed significantly. A huge thank you to Kenneth for that, for helping me out. I went down to his farm. He helped load the IBC tote on to the back of my pickup truck, so I drove that out by the barn earlier, and now I need to get the tractor because we need to use the tractor and chain because I don't have forks yet. I need to use that to get that tote off and position it somewhere by the barn that we can store the feed. I just need to take the tractor up. We got to unload that feed at the barn and knock out a couple more things up there while we're there. easily secure this with a chain without the tote just flipping over as soon as I get it off the truck bed. If I had a secondary chain, that might work. What I really need is forks, because this has a little plastic pallet, and that could have gone right up under that. All right, here's what I came up with. We're gonna give this a try. I really hope it don't tip over, because that will be quite the mess. So that IBC tote right here, this is gonna be able to feed the pigs and chickens, honestly, but I put it up here because the pigs are primarily the source of this Brewers grain. That's gonna be substituted in with any of their bag feed that we already have, and that should help us cut down on feed costs. So I'm just gonna put it here. I don't know where I'm gonna do long-term solution-wise. We're gonna have to find somewhere else for feed. I have the same issue with bulk storage feed for the rest of the animals too. But for now, we're just gonna keep it right up front so it's not just sitting right out in the sun cooking, and see how fast we get through that. I've been meaning to get out here into the pasture where the goats are. We kind of let that go. It used to be hayed back before we pastured it in, and now that it's all fenced in and pasture, the goats don't eat all that dried up. Everything that went to seed is pretty much dried out, so that's all the tall brown grasses and weeds that are in there. I want to get in with the bush hog, cut all that down, so I want to cut it down, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches from the ground, get that nice cleaned up. And then the goats have been picking at the stuff on the bottom that's been growing up, so they're not gonna eat any of that anyway, so I'm just gonna knock it down, shred it up with the bush hog. That'll clean up, make the aesthetics of the pasture look a lot better, and allow the goats to get to the grasses underneath a little easier. So get out there and we'll get this thing bush hogged real quick. we go. I got the pasture. It's all cut up. It looks like it's mowed low, but it's not. I kept the bush hog about 5-6 inches. You can see here, it's not super low. I kept it up a little bit for grazing for the goats, but it looks good now that all that dead seeded weed is out of here and grass. Opened it up, made it look a lot cleaner. I also went down on the backside here and put a little path that goes down so we can get around the edge of by the edge of the fence a little easier, getting through this thick stuff over here that the goats have been slowly working on. So right here in this area, I just came through with the bush hog and came down in here and really just did a U-turn. I came down into the woods here, turned around, and then I went back out into the pasture out there. But this goes down to the edge of where I was going to do paddock 2. I'm thinking eventually maybe having a gate here, so if I need to get the tractor down through the paddocks back here, I can. But anyways, yeah, so the pasture fence is done. Right now, since I have the bush hog and the tractor out, and I'm doing the tractor work, I figured I'd go over by the garden and see in the edge of the woods there where I can bush hog, because I want to move the compost piles that we have up here by the barn. I want to move them over there. We have this old OSB that has been used in the pig paddocks when we were trying to corral the pigs last year. And actually it was earlier this year, but it's kind of nasty. I've got a couple sheets here, and there's already 2 or 3 sheets over by the existing compost pile over there. I'm going to bush hog over by the garden, get that cleared out, and then move all this OSB board over there as the base for weed prevention. Kind of build the new compost piles on top of these over there. That way we don't have to come all the way over by the barn to get compost. All right, I think I'm going to use this area. It's close to the gate. Just got to get this hose and all this out of here. All right, there's a few branches and stuff that I might have to move. I gotta cut that old tree that's fallen and a couple of these branches just to keep it from overhanging, but this will do. I'm just gonna need to bring the plywood down, the OSB, and I'll just layer it down all the way down, and we'll start building our new compost here. One of them is a pile that we can use from 1.5 years ago. That's ready to use, so we could start planting with that. The other one is still breaking down, so I may end up scooping that as a starter and just bringing it over here. But either way, the area's all at least ready. It's prepped and ready for new compost piles. All right, I'm over here at the new chickens, and they are loving their new run. What's up, guys? Oh yeah, they're out and about and loving it. It's nice having them out in the new run. It was the existing run was getting real wet and soggy and a little stinky, even though we've been trying to clean it as much as we can. What are you doing? We just got a little bit of wireless gap here, a couple gaps on the other side, and some stitching of the chicken wire in the middle. But not a whole lot left done, but she got enough done that she was able to let the chickens out and geese so they can come out here and start foraging on the greens and getting out of their crammed space there. Just a bunch of tractor work today. You know, it's nice to have that feed in. It's also cool to see that the pasture's cut down. That thing was kind of an eyesore for a while. And you know, again, Jerry got this new chickens all set up here. So a lot of work has been done today on the farm. Feels nice to get things caught up and get going here. But I appreciate everyone following along on today's video. And again, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, share our videos. It means a lot to us. All right, guys, until next time, We'll see you later.